It sickens me to think that there's somebody out there that's preying on, children and young adults.
Austin is part of a sex trafficking ring that operates through Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio. But unlike those cities, Austin doesn't have a special prosecutor to handle those cases. Last year, only 3 people were convicted. Is Austin soft on human traffickers? KITV's Lindsay Lipman investigates. She joins us live with what she learned. Lindsay?
Hema, the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children believes that 1 in 5 of the endangered runaways reported to them likely becomes a sex trafficking victim. I counted at least 17 missing children from the Austin area on their website alone. We wanted to know, with all of these possible victims, are they getting justice?
Creative expression has been an essential part of my healing path.
Brooke Axtell uses art to paint a new layer in the lives of sex trafficking survivors.
We've served women as young as 15 and women as old as 50.
Messages of shame and isolation disrupted by
a sense of hope and of possibility.
This is her canvas and her courtroom. Building a community against slavery gives Axtell justice. Her own trafficker never went to prison.
Unfortunately, that's very rare. And so survivors have had to decide how they're going to create their own forms of justice.
Austin is part of the Texas trafficking triangle, from Dallas to Houston to San Antonio. Traffickers and victims moving and operating in all the cities. Houston has the highest number of trafficking victims in the nation and made more than 200 trafficking-related arrests last year. Austin made 19. But the closest point in the triangle is San Antonio, 20 convictions in 2015. Travis County had only 3. And in 2014, 1 trafficking conviction.
The problem is very prevalent in Austin. It's just discovering it, I think, is one of the hardest things that we are having to battle with right now.
Identifying cooperating victims has been the greatest hurdle for Travis County prosecutors.
We as a community need to figure out how to arrest these suspects and how to successfully prosecute them and protect not only the current victims, but all of the future victims.
The district attorney's offices in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio all have human trafficking units with specialized prosecutors, investigators, and victims advocates. Travis County does not.
Are we doing a good job right now?
I think we're doing a much better job than we were several years ago.
Austin police have 2 detectives investigating human trafficking. Reports to APD doubled from 54 in 2013 to 117 in 2015. And they say they have the resources to investigate every one. But when victims don't cooperate, it's hard to make a case.
It takes a victim who's willing to cooperate and give their life story in order to make these cases, and that's just real difficult.
Axtell wants every survivor to know they are more than a number.
Ultimately, they get to write the story of their life, that it's their story to tell, and that can be a story of hope.
This year, 14,000 city workers will be trained by advocates and police on how to recognize and report sex trafficking victims to police so that they can get help. But could you spot a sex trafficking victim? We have the test at KITV.com. Reporting live from downtown Austin tonight, Lindsay Lipman, KITV News.